Peace be upon you all, and may God's mercy and blessings be with you. Bright daylight covers the waters of Silicop as another busy operation begins at the S2P power plant jetty. The sea is calm, with small rolling waves, and every vessel in the harbor is preparing for an important docking operation. Today, the massive bulk carrier, SLM MARSHA, is arriving to berth at the coal terminal, supported by pilot boat Kunti 006 and the assist tug Jayanagara. Early in the operation, pilot boat Kunti 006 departs from the harbor at full readiness. The small but fast vessel cuts through the water, leaving a white trail behind its stern. Its first mission is to pick up the harbor pilot and safely transfer him to the incoming cargo ship. Even though Kunti 006 is much smaller than the giant vessel it will approach, the pilot boat plays one of the most critical roles in port operations. Timing, precision, and crew coordination are everything out here. Not far away, assist tug Jayanagara is already moving into the inner basin area. The tugboat slowly takes position inside the harbor, standing by and waiting for further instructions from the pilot. Its engines rumble steadily as the crew prepares towing equipment on deck.
The weather is clear, visibility is excellent, and conditions are perfect for the docking process. But handling a fully loaded bulk carrier inside a restricted harbor still requires extreme concentration and teamwork. A few moments later, the silhouette of SLM MARSHA becomes visible on the horizon. The giant bulk carrier towers above the waterline. Its massive steel hull stretches across the sea with an impressive presence. Loaded with huge amounts of coal for the power plant, the cargo forms long black mountains across the open cargo holds. SLM MARSHA is a heavy bulk carrier, designed to transport large quantities of dry cargo across international waters. The vessel's tall white accommodation block rises above the deck, while the enormous hull reflects the bright sunlight of the afternoon. Even with its powerful main engine, a ship this size cannot safely maneuver alone inside a tight harbor basin. That is why the pilot and tugboats become essential during the final approach. Kunti 006 now carefully approaches the side of SLM MARSHA. The waves bounce between the two vessels as the pilot boat maintains its position alongside the giant hull. Crew members prepare for the pilot transfer, while the pilot ladder hangs down the side of the ship. This is always one of the most challenging moments in maritime operations. The movement of the sea, combined with the height difference between vessels, requires skill, balance, and perfect timing.
The harbor pilot begins climbing the ladder, step by step, gripping tightly while the crew below monitors every movement. Within moments, the pilot safely boards SLM MARSHA and immediately proceeds to the bridge to begin guiding the vessel toward the jetty. Inside the harbor basin, Jayanagara continues holding position while awaiting instructions over the radio. The tugboat crew checks towing lines, winches, and deck equipment one final time. Everyone on board knows that once the ship enters the basin, operations move quickly. Soon, radio communications intensify. Commands are exchanged between the pilot, tugboat, and terminal operators.
SLM MARSHA slowly enters the approach channel toward the S2P Cilacap power plant jetty. From close range, the size of the vessel becomes even more impressive. The hull looks like a moving wall of steel, crossing the water at slow speed. Jaya Nagara finally receives clearance to approach the bow section. The tugboat carefully moves alongside the forward-starboard side of SLM MARSHA. Water churns heavily between the two vessels as the gap narrows. On the tug's deck, crew members stand ready to receive the heaving line from above. This stage demands precision and fast teamwork. One mistake can delay the entire operation. But the experienced crew of Jaya Nagara works smoothly and efficiently. The heaving line is successfully caught, and the crew immediately begins pulling down the heavy towing line from the ship. Slowly, the thick towing line descends from the towering bow of SLM MARSHA. The line swings slightly in the sea breeze before finally reaching the tugboat deck. Within seconds, the crew secures the towing line firmly onto the towing hook. The connection is complete. Now, Jaya Nagara begins applying controlled pulling power. The tug's engines roar deeper as powerful thrust pushes water violently behind the stern. Even though SLM MARSHA moves slowly, the sheer weight and momentum of the fully loaded ship require tremendous force to maintain safe alignment. Ahead, the long jetty structure of the S2P power plant becomes clearly visible. Conveyor systems and unloading equipment stand ready to receive thousands of tons of coal cargo. From the tugboat deck, the entire scene looks incredible. A giant bulk carrier carefully maneuvering inside the harbor, a harbor pilot directing every movement from the bridge, and a compact but powerful tugboat controlling the ship's position with precision. This is real maritime teamwork. Jaya Nagara continues adjusting its pulling force based on the pilot's commands. Sometimes the tug increases power, sometimes easing off gently to keep the vessel perfectly aligned with the berth. The afternoon sun grows hotter over Cilacap waters, but every crew member remains focused on the operation. Slowly but steadily, SLM MARSHA closes the final distance toward the dock. Then comes the final stage. The first mooring lines are sent ashore. One by one, the lines are secured, locking the massive vessel safely alongside the berth. After a long and carefully coordinated operation, SLM MARSHA is finally docked safely at the S2P Cilacap power plant terminal operation. Another successful harbor operation completed through teamwork, precision, and experience. Every role matters in keeping maritime operations moving safely and efficiently across Indonesian waters. Thank you for being part of this journey at sea. Until we meet again on the next voyage, stay safe, stay strong, and may peace and blessings always be with you.